taking that picture?
That was at Hollywood Studios. Well,
here
I
we
haven't
are.
done a live in so long. It's usually really challenging to do a live video when we have Ellie with us. So now that it's just the two of us, we're just kind of hanging out.
Enjoying being here.
I know. So we just found a nice little spot and
talking to the ducks.
and we're just camping out. So it's really nice not having a ton of plans. We've been really just kind of winging it for the most part. Like we have, our park reservations and, a dining reservation here and there. But other than that, we just kind of wing it, So it's been really fun. We've just been hanging out. How's the weather? It has been hot. I mean...
But what do you expect?
For June, it really hasn't been that bad. So, Alabama, Oregon, love it. It's so fun.
It has rained. Okay, so
yeah.
Typically we have great luck with the rain. I don't know what it is. We go somewhere inside and it rains, and then before we come out, it's done raining. So that's happened a couple times, which has been nice.
Yeah. So it's had, the typical afternoon thunderstorm where it just pours
yesterday.
For 30 minutes. Yeah, we were in our room though. We had just checked in at Boardwalk.
Yes. Lifeguards were
and people were literally running out of the pool because it was one of those storms that came out of nowhere. And lightning was happening, really close to us. It was kind of scary. So there are birds kind of everywhere landing around us.
I get paranoid.
But anyway, and then it clears up and we're good to go for the rest of the evening. So
Texas.
So it really hasn't been bad. That's only happened a couple of times, and then other than that, it's been beautiful and sunny. So anyway, but yeah, feel free, ask questions about our trip. We are on our last full day, so we leave tomorrow. So we'll spend the morning at, in the Boardwalk area. We might pop into Epcot for a bit, and then we fly home tomorrow. So today's our last full day. 4 nights is kind of our sweet spot.
Yeah.
I feel like where it doesn't feel like we get burnt out, like we're not here long enough to feel totally exhausted, but it is just enough time to feel like we can do all the parks, do all the things, kind of experience everything we want to do. I don't know. So you just kind of got to find that sweet spot. Some people like being here for a full 7-8 days, and then other people are like us where you're good with the 3-4 day trips. We're currently planning our trip for May, June, for our wedding and family vacation. How are the crowds around this time? We have a 9, 4-year-old, and 1-year-old. Crowds are pretty moderate. Unless you're here for a major holiday like 4th of July, obviously Christmas, New Year's, Easter, spring break, those are going to be really heavy, crowded times. But other than that, it's pretty moderate.
I would say mornings are probably your best bet because, if you can get early park entry, take advantage of it. Like we did this morning, and it was really nice.
Well, and Epcot, before 11 o'clock, Epcot is empty. So it's kind of nice if you just want to get a coffee and stroll around. It's really, really nice. But yeah, crowds aren't that bad. What is your must-do every kid-free trip?
Hold hands. Seriously. Yeah.
Hold hands, go downstairs, and not the the wheelchair ramp for the stroller. No, probably just sit and leisurely take our time. Honestly, what we're doing right now.
It's pretty great.
Because you just can't do this with a toddler. Just sit and take in the atmosphere, and sometimes even sit in silence. It's really nice.
Yeah.
We're not always talking every moment. We're just taking in the atmosphere. So that's probably our must-do on a kid-free Disney trip, is just enjoy the atmosphere, people watch, take your time.
You can enjoy each other's company without saying a word. And
I think so.
And that's what we do sometimes. So.
What resort are you staying at? We just checked in at the Boardwalk yesterday. So I'll be sharing more about our time at Boardwalk Villas. We're being hosted by the DVC rental store. So I'll be answering a bunch of questions about the whole renting DVC point process. And, if you've been around my channel for a while, you know that I share a lot about renting points, so you can find a lot of information about the DVC rental store on my channel already, but I'll share more about Boardwalk and our time there and everything. I saw you rode Guardians together, so fun. Yes,
10 out of 10 recommend doing it with your spouse.
The first time that I have ever ridden that ride not with a stranger. So pretty nice getting to ride with someone.
We loosely define the term stranger as well.
I mean, I make friends in line. Like, I just start talking with whoever is next to me. Sometimes they're chatty right back with me. Other times they aren't interested. But I'm that really chatty person that like strikes up conversation with people.
I'm sorry if you're next to me.
I know. We were joking on the vlog yesterday because I'll talk to whoever's sitting next to me. I'll be like, so is this your first time? Like, I'm that person. Some people like are really into it, and then other people kind of roll their eyes at me like, oh, I just want to ride this ride, lady. Have you guys gone to Disneyland?
You're like shaking.
Okay, well, my hand is like on fire. Do you want to hold the phone?
Yeah, I'll hold it here.
You hold it.
I'll hold it here.
Okay.
Okay, what do you guys want to know?
Don't hold it down there. That's not
sorry.
a flattering angle. Okay, Disneyland. So we did Disneyland last year, actually. So you can go back and watch those vlogs if you want. Those are from March of 2022.
That seems
It's
like
when we did
4
Disneyland.
years ago.
Yes, so we did Disneyland 2 years ago,
Yeah.
or last year. We have no plans of going back right now, but that could always change.
Yep.
Hi from Canada. I can't believe you went to Disney without your toddler. I know.
Your bag is cute.
I know.
Thank you so much. It's an Osprey backpack. You can find it pretty much anywhere. Readily available, probably at Target. What?
She's probably talking about this one. You think?
No, I don't.
No, probably
I don't,
your backpack,
I don't
yeah.
think, yep.
Yeah.
Solo trip videos, any tips? I have a solo trip planned for August. I can't speak to that.
Okay, so I did a solo trip early last year. It was just 2 nights, which I think was helpful. I don't know if maybe I could work up to a longer trip in the future, but I think for your first solo trip, I think 2-3 nights is the sweet spot to go alone. So that was really nice. And I just made sure I had dining reservations lined up. I had lightning lanes, like I stayed busy and I was vlogging and, so it never really felt like I was alone. Like I always felt like I had someone to talk to. So even if you're not on social media a ton and you're thinking, well, I don't really vlog, like you can still keep up with your Instagram stories or even just send videos to your friends and family back home. Like, I don't know, it's still fun to just kind of feel like other people are a part of what you're doing, even if you're alone. So that would be my solo tips. So what hotel is still on your bucket list? Well, we just checked off the 4 Seasons. You guys, oh my word.
Yep.
Bucket list hotel. I'd love to go back and stay at a cabin at Wilderness Lodge.
Yes.
That is a bucket list stay for sure.
Yep.
Probably one of the cabins over there.
Boyfriend and I's 5-year anniversary is December 5th. The first week of December is very busy. No, that's actually a great
That
week
is
to
the
go.
perfect time to go.
Well
That's
done.
one of the lesser busy times out of the entire year. So first week of December is like
Good call.
gold.
10-day Old Key West request. Oh, awesome.
rental store
We
yesterday.
love Old
Oh,
Key West so
yay.
much.
Oh, that's so awesome. 10 days at Old Key West. That is going to be incredible.
Well done.
Yeah, you are going to love it. And yeah, 10 days, just know it might take a little bit of time to get that request fulfilled because 10 days is
It's
a
little bit
decent amount of
longer.
points. So they're going to have to wait for an owner who has enough points to be able to book that stay. So if you don't hear back right away, don't get discouraged. They're just waiting for an owner with that many points
Stay
to be able
strong.
to book it. Good morning from Illinois. Couple trips, it was so much fun. It's so weird going without our kids for the first time, but worth it. It really is.
Yeah.
It does feel really weird when you're so used to pushing a stroller, having this giant backpack, making potty breaks every 30 minutes, and going to the baby care center. Like, that is one thing that feels really weird, not going to the baby care center all the time.
Yep.
Like, I just feel like that's so ingrained in, like, gotta go to the baby care center, and we haven't done that. So that's been weird, but it's so fun. If you're able to do an adult-only couples trip, even just like one time, even if it's just a short little weekend trip, like it's so fun. You get to experience the parks in a totally different way, and you know, it's not as catered towards little ones, and you get to just go at your own pace. So, and it's crazy how much you can actually accomplish without your kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Have you tried any new food restaurant options on this trip?
Well, what we ate at Four Seasons, we tried Ravello.
Yes.
Which again, all of the dining
Insane.
at Four Seasons, you don't have to be staying there to make a reservation.
Pro tip.
So, you can make a reservation at Ravello. The Good Morning Breakfast with Goofy and Pals, that's another one that you don't have to be staying there to make a reservation to eat there. So those were really fun, and we had never done those before.
All right, cut us some slack. We're doing a live video.
OMG, I'm here too for a girls trip, no kids. LOL, have so much fun. Maybe we'll see you again. Oh, so fun. Yeah, girls trip, love it. Do you think you're painting on your star? So cute. For this specific print, I don't know if they restock this like old collections, but they might. I mean, stuff has come back in stock that people didn't think would ever come back in stock, so I don't know. But you can always try to find these prints that are sold out on buy-sell trade sites. So that's what I've done in the past. So you can just go on Facebook and find the buy-sell trade site or Poshmark or something like that. Or you can always just get one of the solid colors that are always in stock and then make it your own with some fun Disney patches and things like that too. Was your hubby into Disney before you guys got together? My boyfriend wasn't until we got together. So I wouldn't say you were a Disney person at all.
I was not a Disney person. I had been one time, and we came with another family, so that definitely
And how old
influenced-
were you?
Oh, probably like 12.
Yeah, so that was your
So
only trip.
that was my only trip.
Yeah, and then we
I
got
didn't-
married.
Then we got married, and we came for our first trip together was September of 2016 because it was our 1-year anniversary.
Yeah, and I
So-
talked him into doing a weekend trip to celebrate our anniversary.
Yes.
And yeah, that was the first time since you were 12 years old that you'd come. So
Yes.
And then I started my channel shortly after that, and you kind of jumped on board with me, and you know, I definitely love it more than you do.
Yep.
But
I enjoy being here.
Yeah.
There's certain things I like doing, and I like being here, obviously, with my wife. So,
yeah, and you're so supportive, like just of my channel and what I do, and like creating content and everything. Like, yeah, so really sweet.
would you consider? Oh, wait, is that? Yeah. Okay. Would you consider a? Excuse me. Oh gosh.
Family suite at
Family
Art
suite.
of Animation. Yes. Okay. Someone asked about bucket list resort that we still haven't stayed at. Family suite at Art of Animation is on that list. That would be so fun. I would love to do probably either the Cars or Finding Nemo suite. I think Ellie would really love that. That would be really, really fun. So maybe that's another one in the future that we'll be able to do. Where is Ellie staying? Thinking about doing a couples trip and wondering if I should go with babysitter or grandparents. So Ellie's at home with my mom, and I'm so thankful to have a mom who, I mean, for my mom, she is just in heaven right now.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
this is not a burden for her. I mean, my mom is just over the moon that she gets.
Depends on your family situation, but I would say go the grandparent route.
Yeah. It felt so good to go without kids. It was just me and my wife for our 14th anniversary and our first vacation ever. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it's a different experience being here adult only. What's the trick to get your hubby to get to love Disney?
Again,
Focus on the things that he would enjoy doing.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Like every time I pass the UK Pavilion, I get a black and tan. Every time I pass it.
Yeah. But if he's like really into like nice restaurants, or maybe he's into thrill rides, like whatever that thing is, like hook him with that thing. Or maybe it's like really nice resorts, or like what's that thing for him that's gonna make him see, oh, Disney isn't just like screaming kids and crowds
Yes.
and heat. You know, like I don't know, you can actually have a really great time, and it can kind of cater to anybody's style of how they want to do Disney and what they enjoy doing. So
I would say just find the common ground of like how you like to vacation,
Yeah.
and then tailor your trip around that kind of style. For
Yeah.
us, it's more laid back. You know, we're sitting on a park bench in the shade right now. It's pretty awesome, not gonna lie. So find the common ground and do everything in the common ground.
yeah.
Yeah, done. Let's see. Hey guys, kids.
Oh, well, thanks, Amber. Favorite resort? Okay,
Mine's the Polynesian. I will say that.
We haven't stayed at Polynesian.
It's been a minute.
Since 2017, 2018?
Something like that.
It's been a while since we've done Polynesian, but that is a good one. My top 3 are Wilderness Lodge, obviously from our last trip, Old Key West, and Riviera. Well, I don't know. Riviera is tied with Grand Floridian. Okay, so those are my top 4. It's so hard to pick a favorite. Do you already have your next trip planned?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Do we have more than that?
Yes.
We may or we may not.
We have our next 2 trips already booked. It's just so easy to do when you have annual passes, though. Like, it just really simplifies it and makes it so much easier to just want to book like throughout the whole rest of the year. But yeah, we have our next 2 trips booked. Next trip will be just me and Ellie, so Andy will not be joining. But yeah, so again, our next trip will look
YouTube
very
is not
different.
My job, so I have to go home and do my job. So
will you guys be doing Mickey's Not So Scary? I don't think we're gonna do it this year. And I might feel differently about the Christmas party, but for right now, Ellie is still at a stage where she is like pretty startled by things very easily. Like,
she's a little more sensitive to certain things.
Yeah, just different, like even in movies, like we were watching Sleeping Beauty, and when the dragon comes out, she will cover her eyes and be like, Mommy, fast forward, skip over, this is too scary. So things like that, she's just really sensitive to like villains and just scary music and dark things, dark rides, like things like that. So that's the reason we skip over things like that, and I don't really attempt like even rides like Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion. Like I just don't attempt that with her, because I already know if she's scared by the dragon coming out in Sleeping Beauty, like there's no way she would enjoy Haunted Mansion. So my thought is the same thing would go for the Not So Scary Halloween party, just with all the villains, and I don't know. I don't see her being at a stage right now where she would enjoy it. I think it would really startle her right now. And I know every toddler is so different. So your 3-year-old, 2-year-old may love it, but that's just where Ellie's at right now.
You guys are the best. Love your fun videos, all your amazing tips.
Oh, thank you.
I work really hard to provide value, so glad you feel that. I'm kidding.
Best ride experience on this trip?
Guardians together, hands down.
Yeah, so good. That is by far our favorite ride.
And it was good. Yeah. Okay, so it was good to go back and ride Rock and Roller Coaster again, and especially together. It's one of those rides that we skip with a toddler, so I enjoyed that one, even though I've ridden it a million times.
It's just a classic. But yeah, Cosmic Rewind is like, it's just
so good.
It's gonna be hard for Disney to do a ride that beats that one out.
Yes.
Like, it's gonna be hard. We've been looking at Disney cruises. What are your thoughts on a Disney cruise? We have had, I know, we've never done a cruise. We've had a lot of conversations about a Disney cruise. I just don't know, and I've said this before, but I don't know if we're cruise people. The idea of being on a ship with a ton of other people where you have scheduled activities and shows and different things going on, and I know you don't have to do all of the shows. Like, I know everything's optional, but I don't know, I think, and I know there's certain time slots for dinners, and I don't know. I just don't know if that's our thing. Like,
we might one day. I have no idea.
I know.
But
it's
right now,
never say never. But and I know the kids stuff is incredible on a Disney cruise. So that part of it kind of makes me curious for Ellie, because I think she would really enjoy it. But I don't know. Like, just looking at pictures of like the pool deck and all of that, I'm like, it looks so crowded. I don't know, if you've been on a cruise, did it feel like you had a lot of space to just kind of relax without a lot of people around? Or did it feel pretty similar to like, it feels like we're at Disney just on a cruise? I don't know.
Well, and for me personally, I realized that the ship is massive.
Right.
However, you're trapped on a boat. Like, I can't get past, that's like a mental roadblock for me.
Because we either do Disney World, like we know what we're signing up for at Disney
Yeah.
World, or we're gonna go to an all-inclusive resort in Mexico so that we can lay at our private swim-out pool with no one around. So those are our two very opposite vacation styles. So I don't know. We'll see. Best date night at Disney. Every date night has been a good night so far.
Yeah.
Okay, well, our night that we went to Ravello,
Yeah.
that was a pretty good night.
That was
so
good. That was
we
great.
we had dinner at Ravello, and then we wanted to check out Kappa, the steakhouse rooftop restaurant upstairs, but it's like double the price of Ravello. So we decided to do dinner down at Ravello, and then we went up to the lounge at Kappa and got dessert and a drink, and then we went back to our room and watched the fireworks from our balcony. That was a pretty fun
Pretty great.
date night. Yeah.
Where are you sitting for this live event? We are on a park bench in Epcot.
So the UK pavilion is to my right, and Canada is to my left.
You guys, live. Here we are. Sunday morning live.
Love your content. We just returned from the day. Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Thanks, Jenny.
Yep.
Scary level of Phantasmic for young kids. My
Yes.
4-year-old is scared of villains
So that's
too.
something too
Yeah.
that like our daughter is a little more sensitive to
Yeah.
that, where others may not be. And there have been times, especially when she's tired after a long day in the heat and everything,
I feel
even
like it
with a
makes her
nap.
even more sensitive
Yeah,
to it.
and so she
But-
covers her eyes and stuff like that.
But
So
Phantasmic, that's one we skip with her now. I've done it a couple of times, and every time she doesn't start crying during the show, but it's very much like she's turning away, covering her eyes,
Yeah.
kind of whining a little bit, like she's definitely startled by the villains. So that's one we're gonna skip from now on with her too.
were you sad to hear about the Star Cruiser closing? Was that something you had hoped to do? I don't know anything about that. Do you?
Yeah, I had
Okay.
told you that it was closing down. The Star
Oh,
Wars,
yes.
like all-inclusive
Yeah.
experience
Personally-
hotel.
Personally, we're not greatly affected
we're
by
not,
this.
We're not really Star Wars people, so I don't think it's something we would have ever done. Maybe if the price was a little bit lower, maybe I would have done it for the content, but it wasn't something that I would have, like, I don't know, if I wasn't on YouTube, I don't think I would ever have done that. So that wasn't really something we would have ever considered doing.
Where are you staying? Sorry if you already answered. Just joined the live.
Oh,
Good.
that's awesome. Yeah, we are staying at the Boardwalk. So I shared a little bit ago that we are actually being hosted by the DVC rental store, and I'm going to be sharing a lot more about our stay at the Boardwalk. So I share a little bit more about DVC rental store in the vlog and all of that. And if you follow me over on Instagram, I share a ton about DVC rental store over there as well. So yeah, definitely stay tuned for more on the Boardwalk, because our room is really, really nice. The location, like, you really just can't beat being able to walk right over to Epcot. It's really nice.
Have a wonderful kid-free vacay. We love adult trips. So fun.
Yes.
We love it
Aw,
too.
Thanks, Caroline. Yeah, this has been so fun. It's just the best. Do you miss having your toddler this trip? There are definitely moments.
There are moments.
Yeah, there's moments where we'll be walking and I'll be like, I miss Ellie Rose. Or we'll see something that, like earlier today, we walked by the Aurora meet and greet, and I was like, oh, Ellie loves Aurora. She would have flipped out over this meet and greet. Like, she would have loved to meet her. So things like that just remind us of, like, oh, that would have been so fun, or oh, we would have done this if we'd had Ellie with us. But
I will say we've had more moments where we are thankful that we get
be
to do
just
the
us.
things. Yeah, there's so many things
Yeah.
that we have gotten to do and will get to do on this trip, and are thankful
Yeah.
that we don't have our daughter with us on this trip. So
I feel like it's a good balance, though, of
Yeah.
like missing her, but then we're also just really enjoying our time here and just really thankful that my mom is able to be back with her. So,
mad
yeah.
respect, Julie. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Mom. I know. Really, really nice. We just stayed at the Boardwalk and it was amazing. Yes.
Yep, it
Okay,
is
so you
amazing.
know. Yeah, I know. And we're on the Villas side. We have stayed on the inside of Boardwalk as well.
Yep.
And the one thing that I do wish was that we had an updated room over on the inside, because all of those rooms were just renovated and they look awesome. And the villas, they desperately need some help.
The
So-
thermostat, I will say, okay, Men, we pay attention to thermostats, especially where it's set. But this one looks like it's probably from the early 80s. So, and it's a powerhouse.
It's about as dated of a thermostat as you can get.
It works. It works very well, don't get me wrong.
But but the good news is that the Boardwalk villas, they are getting updated in the next few months. So by next year, the villa side as well will be totally refurbished, and I'm sure they're going to look incredible.
Yep.
But until then, we get one of the rooms that has not been updated yet. But I'm sharing all about the room and all the features and everything. So stay tuned so that you can check out our room over there. Have you tried Akershus and Norway at Epcot? I have not. That's another one that I'm waiting to do with Ellie. Obviously for the princesses, she's just now starting, I feel like our past couple of trips, she's been more into princesses. And now that she's warming up to them more, I'm thinking that one would be really fun to do. So I've been holding off on the pricier character meals until I knew that it would really be worth it. So maybe on our next trip, that's something that I can take her and do. I think that would be really fun. Husband-wife time is so important.
So important. And it's good for your
agree.
kids. It's so good for your kids to see that you prioritize each other.
Yeah, I know. I've gotten questions before from other moms where, it's hard leaving your kids behind, and especially if you don't go on trips without them, or maybe you've never done it before, it can be tough, when you're their person. And so, I don't know, my word of encouragement is always it's so healthy for your child to see that you're prioritizing your marriage. And I hope that Ellie gets to grow up with that memory of mom and dad, they prioritized their marriage, and they always took a trip, at least once a year, just the two of them, to be intentional with their time together. So.
And I want her to look for that same thing in a potential husband as well. So
why did you
guys honestly, we forgot her, so whoops. I'm kidding. Again, just prioritizing time with each other.
I know, because last year we did our trip, just the two of us, was at an all-inclusive resort in Mexico, which was so fun. But this year, we're not doing the all-inclusive trip, and we decided to do 4 days at Disney instead. So this was kind of our trade-off from our normal all-inclusive trip that we would do in the fall. We're doing this instead. So this is kind of our annual, just the two of us trip. So this was really important to us. Best resort for celebrating
21st birthday. Love the live video.
Ooh,
that's a good question.
I would say
it depends. It depends on how you want to celebrate your 21st.
I'm assuming 21st birthday screams Epcot to me.
Yep.
So I would say somewhere.
It's best resort to stay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I would say one of the Epcot resorts. So either Yacht and Beach Club or Boardwalk.
Or somewhere connected to the Skyliner.
Or Riviera.
Yeah.
How would you rate your minivan transportation? Amazing.
Prime.
Okay, so it was $34 from Four Seasons to Boardwalk. And, definitely more than what we would have paid for a regular Uber.
Yeah.
But you're paying for the Disney service.
Yep.
So, that was a piece of
brand
what
new
we were
vehicle.
Paying for as well.
It was just great.
It's great. It's
really professional driver.
It's a Disney cast member driving you. Yeah. So you just have a different experience.
We've had a bad experience with Uber around Disney.
A few times.
Yeah, so that's partially why we also chose to do that.
Yeah, so it's great. You can't go wrong with minivan. And they have really nice car seats. And that's, I know can be hit or miss with Ubers. So if you have little ones and you need a car seat and you're dependent on that, then just go the minivan route. It just really simplifies things.
The car seats looked almost brand new, if not
really
brand new.
Nice
so
looking car seats
they
too.
had to, the minivan that showed up, he had to take car seats out. And so we got to see
so
firsthand.
he installs them, the whole thing. Yeah. Have you thought about a Disneyland vacation? We are also Disney World people, but want something different. Yes, so we did Disneyland last year, March of 2022, and we had a great time. We don't have any Disneyland plans right now, but that could always change.
Yep.
What are your top 3 favorite restaurants for picky eaters at Disney? Ooh.
I am the least picky eater. I don't know if I can answer this
But
question.
what are some restaurants, like, I wouldn't recommend going to like the Morocco Pavilion or, one of those kind of restaurants where it's like more cultural food. So I don't know, maybe like Grand Floridian Cafe
Yeah.
is a really good one. They have a pretty extensive menu with a ton of options. And it's more of a casual style meal. It's pretty easy to get reservations there. That would probably be my first pick for just a casual meal for picky eaters. So I know that's not top 3, but that's the first one I can think of. That's so funny.
Yeah,
Grand Floridian Cafe on this trip.
Not on this trip.
Not this time. Yeah. That's one that we would do with Ellie. So again, just it's a good one on a Magic Kingdom day if you're looking to get out of the heat and maybe escape the crowds for a little bit. Head over to Grand Flo Cafe. It's just a great spot.
It's one of our go-tos with a kid.
Yeah. Grand Floridian or Contemporary with a 2-year-old going in September.
I would say Grand Floridian.
I know.
Yeah, because and also you can do rent DVC points there.
Well, you can rent DVC points at Bay Lake Tower too.
Okay, well don't.
But okay, but here's the difference
She
between
talks
the two.
back all the time.
Is not talking back.
Okay, I'll let them decide.
Obviously, the price point is going to be different because at Contemporary, you can find rooms in the garden wing. That's actually where I stayed with Ellie last September. Her and I stayed in the garden wing, and I found a room there for $350 a night. So pretty significant difference from that room to like a theme park view room in the main atrium tower area. So you can sometimes find pretty good deals in the garden wing, and you're still just a 10-minute walk over to Magic Kingdom. So if that's more your budget, then go the garden wing. Or if you are able to splurge a little bit more, do Grand Floridian. Their splash pad is so fun, and it doesn't really compare to the splash pad at Contemporary. So, if you know that you are going to spend time at the pool and that's a priority, go Grand Floridian, hands down. Way better than Contemporary.
What's for lunch today?
What's for lunch? We were just talking about that.
Yeah. Okay, so we had like a big breakfast. We went back in the France Pavilion, and I got this big chicken sandwich thing, and it was amazing, but very
really
filling,
good.
and I'm not super hungry, so...
We talked about going over to Bar Riva at Riviera and just sitting down and getting something off of their lounge menu and maybe splitting something. Or we could just walk around the World Showcase and try a few snacks. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're kind of torn. So this is the kind of stuff that we just kind of...
4-hour break like we typically would take,
right.
But
maybe just an hour.
I knocked out for like 20 minutes hardcore yesterday.
20-minute power nap and
yeah,
good to go. Have you stayed at Pop Century? If so, how was your experience? Ooh, you're asking some
divisive questions.
We're a tough crowd here with Pop Century. No. Okay, so we stayed at Pop Century in 2019, and the rooms were updated, so we enjoyed the rooms. That was nice. And, of course, you have the bus transportation. Buses come pretty quick, so transportation is just fine. But our experience was, it was very loud.
Very loud, yeah.
Very crowded.
We were also right beside the pool, which made a huge difference.
So there were, teenagers out in the pool until 11 o'clock or whenever the pool closed really late, just screaming and then people were up at like 5 a.m. You could hear people up flushing toilets with blow dryers and people's like...
Hear people using the bathroom above you. I don't know if that's TMI, but
yeah, people shouting, at 6 in the morning. And so anyway, I think that piece is what tainted our experience.
Yep.
Was just the crowded atmosphere and it being so loud. And anyway, so that's why we have not been back to Pop Century. But you also have the Skyliner, so that also wasn't there early 2019 when we were there. So that would have been another huge perk.
Beach Club for not much more and still have
rent DVC points.
Rent DVC points and still have the Skyliner.
I know, so that's the thing. It's like
it's just a trade-off.
You pay $200 a night sometimes to stay at Pop Century when we can pay $250 a night to stay at Old Key West in a deluxe studio and or sometimes a 1-bedroom for like $300 a night. And I don't know. So that's just kind of why we'll pay an extra $50 a night to rent DVC points and stay somewhere that we know we're really gonna love.
Yeah. Going to Animal Kingdom on Tuesday, can you recommend the best place to eat there? Hands down, Satuli Cafe. Yeah, it's
Satuli Canteen. Yes.
Satuli Cafe. I'm good. Canteen.
But Tusker House is good too if
Tusker
you're looking
House,
for
yeah.
a fun character meal. Their
Or
food is
if you're
really
just
good.
looking to like take a break in the afternoon, Nomad Lounge, hands down.
Yes, they have
Nomad
really good
Lounge.
food. Even if you just want to get a mocktail or you know, their food is really good. Which Epcot rides today. We actually just did Remy's, so we just had a lightning lane for that one, so we got to do that this morning. I'm new here, feeling great to be here. Oh, well, thanks so much.
Yeah, and it's great to be here too. So,
agree about Pop Century, excellent Skyliner location, just not the coziest stay. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad I'm not crazy. I'm glad I'm not alone. I feel bad because people always ask for my opinion about Pop Century and comparing it to some of the other values, and I'm always like, oh, you're asking the wrong person. Like, I don't have anything positive to say here. Best pool on property.
What are those
They have a good splash pad, but pool-wise, I would say Grand Floridian.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Because they have two different pools, their beach pool and their courtyard pool.
Oh, yeah.
And just the whole vibe is like, oh, you're just Grand Floridian in the background, you have the water, it's like, you can hear the boats and you can see the castle, just everything about the pools there. It's, yeah, highly recommend, so fun.
Appreciate the honesty, thank you. We got you, fam.
Yes. Have you ever done the parks? There was one trip where we just did one day. We were here for 3 days and we did one Epcot day.
Yeah. We mostly did like resort days.
Yeah.
And then we did like...
we did a lot of time at the pool.
A lot of time at the pool, which was, I mean, it was great. It was a different change of pace.
Yeah.
So
that was kind of a fun way to do it. Come for, 3-4 days, but still have one park day. And then you could do resort and pool time the other couple of days. So that's what we've done. But yeah, thanks for your insight, tips, and just your knowledge. Absolutely. Being able to walk to Epcot or Magic Kingdom from your resort is priceless. It really
priceless.
is. Yes.
And honestly, I was kind of surprised at how many places you can walk to from Magic Kingdom, or from walk to Magic Kingdom from. So like when we stayed at
What do you mean? You mean Contemporary and Grand Floridian?
No, where did we stay? Is it Beach Club?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, we stayed. It was like a 15-minute walk or something, but I wasn't aware that we could walk to Magic Kingdom from there. So
Grand Floridian?
No, maybe. Anyways, I apologize. I'm not smart. So
well, anyway, yeah, that's our day.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we've been going for 37 minutes.
Heyo.
Man, time flies.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll give it just a couple more minutes if you guys have any other questions you want to throw in last minute. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do for lunch or the rest of this afternoon. Favorite snack? We're not big snacky people.
I'm like a meat and potatoes kind of person.
I mean, we love doing the festival booths. And those kind of count as snacks, right?
Yeah, sure.
But on our last trip, I loved the frozen chocolate banana.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good snack, very underrated. So if you're looking for something a little lighter,
and I got the sushi, Hanami sushi yesterday.
Was that in China at the festival booth?
I think so.
Yeah.
But it was like 3 pieces. If you like sushi, it was like
maybe Japan. I can't remember.
But it was awesome. So it was great.
Favorite time of day at the parks?
After everyone leaves.
Probably, well, because we're not like early morning people, I would probably say like late after fireworks, because we rarely do that anymore because of our toddler. But that might be fun to do tonight. We talked about going over to Magic Kingdom tonight.
Yep.
That would be a fun one to wait and just hang out late. I think the park is open till 11. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. Enjoy your trip. Can't wait to watch your future videos. Yay, thank you. Favorite park? Epcot. Yeah. You guys need
all
to
together
do,
now. Epcot.
You guys need to do more lives. Love this. Oh, yes. I know we were just talking early on about how it's so hard to do these kind of videos when we have Ellie with us because our hands are full, and like, I'm imagining if we were doing a 40-minute live video with her.
Oh,
what in the world? There's just no way we could do that with her. So this is kind of the perfect opportunity for us to be able to do that. Thoughts on the frushi from
Did
Japan?
not try the frushi.
Yeah, we didn't try that one. You just tried the regular, the
But you,
hanami.
I think you
sushi.
just gave me the inkling I needed to go try it.
The
So
frushi.
yeah.
We're going fall of next year. Is it worth the cost to rent DVC points for a 2-bedroom, or is having 2 separate normal rooms? I vote the 2-bedroom because you get the extra perk of having that full kitchen and a washer and dryer, which you wouldn't get if you just did 2 regular rooms.
So smart.
So that's really nice. And you know, you could do breakfast in the room. So it just provides some extra perks that you wouldn't get without having that kitchen. And you can do laundry, and you know, I mean, that's a big deal for us. Like if Ellie spills something on her really cute little princess dress, I can toss it in the wash. And that's really nice. Oh my
There's a
gosh.
squirrel right there. Right there.
It was nibbling on my shoelaces.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Like
Shoo.
right here, right here.
Shoo. Oh wow. Okay.
It might be
Wow.
scratching my back in a second.
All right. Yes, 2-bedroom definitely. Let's do a drink game.
Dangerous.
Maybe another time.
Yep.
I know. All right. Well, every time you mention Ellie, you have to drink. Oh yeah.
You have to frink.
I know.
What is I'm not sure what a frink is. I'm just kidding.
Well, anyway, thank you guys so much. I think we're gonna wrap this up here. Yeah, we've hit over the 40-minute mark, so I am getting a little hungry, so we might.
We're gonna keep the day moving.
Grab something to eat. But thank you guys so much. This was so fun.
Yeah.
I know we
Thanks for all the
definitely
great questions. Like super fun.
Yeah, we definitely need to do this more often. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, can't wait to share the vlogs from this trip. It has been so much fun. So we will see you guys on our next one.